Welcome to Inspire Change, a new inspirational and motivational broadcast that strives to empower men in a positive way. The entire series will consist of only 5 minutes. Yes, 5 minutes, as they are designed to educate, empower, and inspire even the busiest individual on the go over that first cup of coffee. Please join me in welcoming Gunter, international psychologist, author, speaker, and producer.
Hi everybody, welcome to another Inspire Change with Gunter episode. That's me. I've had an interesting week in that, again, I needed to go for some medical checkups. I do this fairly regularly, mainly to stay on top of things. My view is that if you're driving a Ferrari, or in some cases a Mini, you're still going to service the system regularly in order to keep it going. Unfortunately, we know that a lot of men won't do that. They won't do their sort of regular checkups, either physically, mentally, emotionally, or socially. We sort of expect that we're just going to tick along without needing to do anything to maintain the system. So in my work, one of the things that I provide men with is firstly the opportunity to explore a good vision about what it is that they want to change about themselves. Secondly, building the intention that leads to the right action or actions. Now, in some instances, one of the things that I really very, very clearly work with is the idea that men need to understand what our evolution looks like. So I use a framework which is basically based on 4 spheres. Firstly, the physical. Secondly, the mind. Thirdly, the emotional. And fourth, our spiritual development. So what am I talking about in terms of those 4 spheres? Well, the first one is obviously evolving physically, and that means living healthy. One of the 4 indicators that I use in that sphere is how good you sleep, what's your exercise like, do you spend time relaxing, and do you eat well? Now, one of the problems in our culture, especially in the Western industrialized world, we don't sleep well, we over-exercise, we don't spend any time relaxing, and in many cases, our nutritional intake is not good. The second part of it is the sphere of the mind, and that means working out how to maintain being rational, reflective, and therefore resilient. It's the cognitive sphere. It's my place where I work out my strategies, my tactics, and my results. The third sphere, which is about being authentic and, the emotional environment from which I operate, is one where I need to be emotionally courageous, to be able to allow myself to be emotionally vulnerable. And the fourth sphere is about my spiritual being. Now, that is not dependent on being religious. Spirituality for me is my relationship with myself in relationship to the greater whole. And again, why am I talking about this? And it's really about feelings of connection. One of the great challenges for us as men is actually feeling not connected, not aligned, either with ourselves or with others. And so alienation and isolation are one of our biggest issues that we confront. So what are we going to do about it? I'm going to put that question to you. So we've got 4 spheres clearly defined. So in the next few episodes, I'm going to talk about each one of these episodes and what it is that we can do to enhance that. When I talk about the physical sphere, I think it's really important to get an essential baseline of my health indicators. This is a great place to start because most of this can be done by getting a good set of metrics going. And then I can start thinking about what is it that I need to do to improve them. So, for example, how do I improve my sleep quality, my sleep hygiene, and my sleep quantity? Am I doing the right exercise? Some men don't exercise at all. Other men exercise excessively. Am I getting some relaxation time in? How do I do that? What is it that I think relaxation is? And finally, am I really eating the right foods for me in the right quantities? Most of us have some bad habits, so let's get on top of them. By the way, how did I go with my medicals? Went fine. So for a bloke my age, I'm pretty pleased. Hopefully you will be too when you do the right stuff. Till next time.
Thank you, Gunter, and thank you to our listeners in our first super short broadcast series, Inspired Change with Gunter Swoboda. Please join us every Wednesday for a new broadcast by visiting www.spreaker.com/show/inspire-change, which will feature all the ways you can listen. If you have comments or suggestions, email producer@studio3hollywood.net. Thank you and have an inspiring day.